And we are live. Matt here at Boat Outfitters. I'm here today with Andrew Turpos, our wholesale account manager, and we are here to talk to you today about outriggers. So we've got a variety of different pieces, mounts, hardware kits, rigging kits available on the website for the outriggers that we have to offer.
Tons of stuff.
Let's start off with mounts and work our way towards the rigging kits. So Andrew, talk to us a little bit about what are the mounts that we have here.
So we offer 3 different kinds of mounts here at Boat Outfitters, but right now in front of us we have 2. So we have our top mount, which is going to mount on the top of either like a hardtop T-top, or you could probably mount these on the side of a gunnel as well.
Right. So it's going to bolt right down through the top of the T-top or the top of your gunnel. Nothing is adjustable from the underside with these top mount.
Right, everything's going to be
bases
off the black knob here and the lever on the side.
Right. Okay, so those are our Taco 170s, right?
And then we have over here our 280s, which are a little bit beefier.
A little bit heftier. You're going to have a through hole through the top of your T-top, and you're going to be able to adjust the swing out, but the pitch of the outrigger is going to be adjusted still at the top. You're still going to have to stand up on your gunnel there and adjust it.
But as far as swinging it out, everything's on the bottom, which is kind of nice because you don't have to stand up there and do it.
Right, for sure. So the other mount that we have, and we'll jump into this real quick, I'm going to jump over to the computer screen to show you guys, is our Taco 380 mount. So the nice thing about the 380 mount is that everything is adjustable from under the T-top. You can adjust the swing and the pitch of the outrigger pole.
Right.
So that hand crank down here at the bottom is going to change the pitch of the outrigger. Yep. So if you had to drop it down to go under a bridge, or just need to adjust it for tension on the lines,
it's all right there under the
T-top. You can do it right there under the T-top. But jumping back over to us, I want to talk a little bit more about the 170 and 280 mounts and what the difference between them is. It's a little bit more than just what's adjustable from underneath the T-top. The 170 mounts actually fit a different diameter outrigger pole, which on the website we only have one pole that's available that fits this. It's the 1 1/8" diameter, and we only offer the 1 1/8" in the silver and gold finish, which we'll show you guys on the website as well. But the 280 mounts, you notice they're a lot larger. They fit the 1 1/2" diameter poles for the outrigger poles. And the 170s are the only mounts that use an 1 1/8" diameter that we have, correct?
Absolutely.
So moving on there, I'll show you guys where you can see that. And here's the silver and gold outrigger poles that we have. You'll find these are the only poles that have a drop-down menu for the diameter available.
Where you can go in between the two.
Exactly. So moving on from there, we do have a variety of different poles available, right?
We do.
So let's look at what some of those are. We've got the silver and golds, obviously. These are 15-foot lengths. I believe almost all of the Taco poles that we have are 15-foot lengths.
Right.
This is actually an available kit that comes with the mount, the outrigger rigging kit, the poles, and everything you need to set up from scratch.
Comes with everything.
Right. So this is, what are we looking at? A single rigging kit here.
Right.
So the poles that we have, moving up into like a little bit of a higher tier for the outrigger poles, we have these 18-foot carbon fiber poles. These are the poles that Tigris offers for the Tigris mounts that we have available on the website as well. I know we're only showing the Taco riggers on the table here, but we also do offer a variety of the Tigris mounts as well that function in very, very much the same way.
Right.
But these particular poles are carbon fiber. They're 18 feet long, so they're a little bit longer. You're going to use it with maybe more of your double and triple rigging options, which we're going to get into a little bit more of the details of how that setup works in a minute. So let's actually move on to the rigging kits. I'm going to jump back over to us here and talk to you about some of the rigging kits that we have here. So this is one of our this is actually a double rigging kit, right? Mm-hmm. So the nice thing about the double rigging kit, we've gone ahead and pulled some of the parts out to show you guys. The double rigging kit, you're gonna get pulleys that have 2 pulleys on them for your shock cord that all your line's gonna run back to the boat on. So the nice thing is your lines are gonna run through each one of these pulleys. They're gonna be individual, so you'll be able to grab each one separately. Now, as they're running out through the outriggers, which I'm going to jump over to the screen here and show you guys a graphic that I found right here. Here you can see both of the lines run through the first ring on the outrigger pole,
Yep.
right? And they both run through the second one, but that's where your short rigger line stops and comes back to the boat. So that line is going to be shorter than what your long rigger line is that goes all the way out to the end.
Exactly.
Right, and similar to that, if you were running a triple outrigger setup, tell me a little bit about how that would work.
So your triple outrigger setup would work, pretty similar to that, except for you'd probably have, you could set it up a multitude of different ways, but you can run it. You could run one closer to the boat, which would typically be like a dredge or a teaser, something a little heavier. That way, it's closer to the base of the outrigger.
Right,
and then
right.
Going longer is where you could put a teaser on the second one, and then all the way out, you could have a bait that runs all the way out.
Like a flat line, or maybe like a rigged ballyhoo with a weight, something that's going to swim a little bit better. So really, the big benefit that the outriggers offer for you is that you're going to be able to widen your trolling spread, right?
Exactly. You're going to be able to widen your trolling spread, and you're going to make it look like a realistic, bait school.
Bait presentation for all your pelagic fish that you're trolling for. The nice thing, a lot of boats might have 4 rod holders. You have 2 that are pointing straight out the back of the boat, 2 that are pointing maybe slightly angled off the boat a little bit further forward of those, and maybe you have one down the middle, and you could pull 5 lines or so with that are really close together, that could get tangled at any turn that you make while you're clearing weeds. If a fish hits it and runs across the spread, they're all real tight, and it could be mayhem.
Yes.
So the nice thing about the outriggers is it lets you spread those lines out or run more of them.
Absolutely.
I think the most I've ever fished was somewhere around like 9 lines in the water, which is that's a lot to drag.
Which is awesome, because when that fish comes up and sees 9 different baits, that's 9 more chances or 8 more chances that you have a catching that fish. So
right, for sure.
it helps.
So I'm going to take you guys back to the screen here and just show you the homepage for our outrigger kits. And you can find all of this under the fishing section, right under outriggers, and everything can be located right here for everything we're talking about. You can see all the different rigging kits. We've got the different bases. You see the 170s, the 280s that we talked about, the 380s that we showed. But if you continue down, you see we've got this clamp-on center rigger as well. We don't have one of these on the table. The cool thing about that is you can clamp this on the back of your T-top.
Yep, on the bar.
Right on the bar, and we've got a center rigger, which I believe is this one right here. And nope, I take that back. It's one of the ones in here. The 8-foot center rigger right here. So that'll mount right into that center rigger mount on the back of your T-top. And the cool thing about that is it just goes straight up in the air.
And it allows you to put that line deep back
right, so if you're ever running a shotgun line, something you're dragging like a cedar plug through a tuna school, that's going to be the one that gets hammered mostly.
Absolutely.
So you can see for the various different mounts that we have on here, we also have backing plates and the full rigging kits. We've got 2 pages worth of outrigger stuff here to go through.
A pretty neat thing on there too, we have the rod holder mounts that go into a rod holder.
You're right, I don't actually have that pulled up. Let me pull that up here real quick and we'll show you guys. Outrigger rod holders. There we go. So I think we're actually going to do another video separately on these, but if for some reason like the outriggers that we're showing you here today aren't going to do what you want them to do. Maybe you only have the ability to run a single outrigger on a 15-foot pole, but you still want to get another line out there and you don't have a second clip. The outrigger pair that you see here gives you the ability to drop these into a rod holder. You can see in some of the lifestyle photos that we have and point the rod off the side of the boat. It's almost like having a second outrigger clip, or like kingfish rod holders on the underside of your T-top.
And it still spreads everything out. It might not be as far, but it still spreads it out.
Right. So like you guys see, there's a lot to talk about with outriggers, but the majority of it is all going to be right here. So if there's any questions, we like to jump in and try to get some engagement from everybody who's watching the videos. See if there's anything in our live chat, which looks like we don't have any comments at this point. But we always encourage you guys to reach out to us with any questions or comments about things that we did or didn't cover in the videos. Absolutely. Maybe additional content that we could talk about in the future. We always encourage that engagement from our customers or from anybody who might be working with us. And with that, if anybody has any questions, definitely reach out to us. We appreciate you watching the video, and have a good one.
Have a good one.